Welcome to the Level 3 Diploma in Personal Training Learner Achievement Portfolio. This is your talk through, so we can show you what is in the LAP, which is what we commonly call it, the Learner Achievement Portfolio, and hopefully give you some pointers on how to fill this in, okay? So as we scroll down, you have your contents. We then go straight in to the assessment plan and record of achievement. So make sure the centre name is up here. So that's the fitness movement. And the first thing that you have to do is look at all of these units to make up the qualification and pop your planned assessment dates in here, okay? The planned assessment dates are both for yourself and for us. For you, they build a bit of a timeline and a bit of structure for the course. And for us, they make us aware of when you would like to complete certain units by and the timeline that you're working towards, so we can help keep you accountable for that, okay? So basically, if you look at the applied anatomy and physiology for exercise, and you say, right, we want to have this case study completed by the 1st of March, and you pop the 1st of March in there. It's not set in stone, okay? So if it gets to the 10th of March and you've still not done it, don't panic, nothing will happen. It is literally to create a bit of structure and a bit of a timeline for yourself, okay? The rest of these boxes are for your tutors and assessors, so ignore those. Just the first thing you need to do is pop dates in for all of these units down here as well, of when you ideally would like to get these done by, and then send this off to your tutor so your tutor has your timeline, your planned timeline, okay? The learner agreement, make sure this is name, signed and dated. We cannot submit this for final marking without those in there, okay? And the rest of this again is for your assessors. You then have the assessment introduction. So this explains to you to achieve this qualification that you're required to complete a number of different assessments, and it tells you what those assessments are. But it all becomes clearer as you scroll down. It tells you about your case study that you need to complete. So it tells you about selecting your client. It tells you about the food diary analysis and anything else that you need to fill in. But this is where it really gets interesting and explains it. So the first thing it's kind of asking you to do is your food diary analysis, okay? And the template for this can be found in all of the learner documents that your tutor has shown you, or if you are unsure, contact your tutor and they can show you these and send them to you. This is the marking criteria for the food diary analysis. So this is what we mark it against, okay? So it's a really good idea for you to have a little look down this, because you know that if you've included all of these things, you're going to get good marks, okay? So once you've done that, you send it off to your tutor. Your tutor will then mark it, provide feedback and send it back to you, okay? The next step is the educational activity. So you will design a leaflet, handout, newsletter, webpage or PowerPoint presentation that will include fit guidelines and some nutritional guidance. And again, the marking criteria is here. So have a look at the criteria. It will tell you what we're marking it against, and make sure all of these things are within your educational activity. Next, we move on to an observation. So this is your consultation that hopefully will be done in the gym. If not, it can be submitted via video. You can discuss that with your tutor. But again, this is what we mark your consultation on. Your health and fitness assessments and screenings, your goal setting, signposting. And if you use the correct consultation template that again is in all of the documents that you have access to, and if you are unsure, ask your tutor, it will guide you through all of these. So it basically gives you the boxes to write all of this information in. With SMART goals, with your short, medium, and long-term goals, always make sure they are SMART goals, okay, when you are discussing this with your clients, and make sure they're specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, okay? And then closing the consultation. And again, we will mark this, give you feedback and send it back to you. You then move on to your planning a periodized program, and there's lots of information about that here. Planning periodized programs, this is what we'll mark it on, and we will send you your feedback. It's important to remember that this relates to your e-learning as well. So your e-learning that you have access to will give you information on consultations and planning programs and all of the other information and learning that you need to know to be able to do this, okay, is within the e-learning. This is just purely showing you how we mark it. So have a read through this so you know what we are marking it against, okay? Then come to your summative observed session. And again, this is what we are looking for in the marking criteria. So just make sure that you tick these boxes. And again, we will give you feedback on that. You then have a worksheet, diploma in personal training worksheet, okay? So these are a series of questions that all of the answers will be in your e-learning across all units. So once you've done all of your learning from the e-learning portal, come here and fill out this worksheet, okay? So there's a series of questions. There is 16 in total. Once you have done these, send it off to us. We will mark it for you, and again, we'll give you feedback. The self-evaluation and reflective practice is done once you have done your practical assessment. So once you've done your practical assessment, you will be asked to fill this in as a reflection of your practical assessment. We will then mark that and send it back to you. The next part is the infographic and educational information handout. And again, there's information on that here and the marking criteria. And the recommending the use of technology to clients. Again, the marking criteria is here. All of the templates for these are in the documents that you've been given access to. And then your marking criteria for developing a new personal training business. So all the marking criteria is here. It's very important you're aware of the marking criteria for each section. And then the last part is the training techniques and methods. So the training techniques and methods you will be asked to do on your practical session. And it's where we are looking for, so for cardio, tempo training, interval training, fartlek or cardiovascular circuits. Resistance training, we're looking for one of these, and flexibility, we are looking for one of these. So you need to use varying techniques either during your practical session, or we can ask you afterwards to show us what a pyramid set is or what a superset is. If you want to use something that isn't on this list, you can do so, but just make your tutor assessor aware of what you are choosing, okay? And then that's the end of the lap. So this is your training techniques, what you're marked on, feedback, and then we're at the end, okay? So that's a very quick basic walkthrough of the level 3 lap. If you have any questions, of course, contact your tutor assessor or have a look at the templated documents that you've been given access to. But hopefully that answers some questions for you and explains a little bit about what the Learner Achievement Portfolio is for. Good luck, and we will speak to you soon.